Top 7 Best 1440 GPU 2023. Through extensive research and testing, I have put together the list of options that will meet the need of different types of buyers. For more information, I have put links of products in the description. Make sure to check it out. Like the video, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. Number 7. Radeon RX 6700 XT. Start with the Navi 21 GPU, and then cut down the various functional units to create a smaller die that can sell at lower prices, and you have AMD Navi 22 and the RX 6700 XT. The RX 6750 XT opens a new tab as basically the same GPU, with slightly higher clock speeds, memory speeds, and power consumption about 5% faster overall. Give some thought to the RX 6710 GB, opens a new tab as well, which offers less performance but also costs less. Usually, the 6700 XT is the same number of GPU cores as the previous generation RX 5700 XT, but significantly higher clock speeds and more cache, give it about a 30% boost to performance at higher settings and resolutions, at least. During testing, the RX 6700 XT hit clock speeds in excess of 2.6 GHz while gaming, and that's at stock. On the reference card, factory overclocked models can push that closer to 2.7 GHz, still without cooking the GPU. Number 6. Radeon RX 7900 XT. With prices heading up on previous generation cards, we're left looking for the best options. AMD new RX 7900 XT opens a new tab, generally beats the RTX 4070 Ti, opens a new tab, above in rasterization performance but trails by quite a bit in ray tracing games, never mind the extra $100. We would have liked to see closer to price parity from AMD, and maybe that will still happen. But at least you get all the latest AMD Radeon 3 architectural updates. AMD also doesn't skimp on VRAM, providing you with 20 GB. That's 67% more than the competing 4070 Ti. And right now, street prices are almost the same. Another potential bonus is that there weren't any vapor chamber cooling problems on the reference 7900 XT cards, unlike its bigger sibling. So you can safely pick one of those up and not worry about a potential RMA delay. You won't get DLSS support, and while it's possible to run AI workloads on AMD GPU, performance can at times be substantially slower. That's because the AI accelerators in Radeon 3 share the same execution pipelines as the GPU shaders, and F16 orientate throughput is only double the FP32 rate. That's enough for AI inference, mostly, but it basically only matches a modest GPU like the RTX 3060 in pure AI number crunching. A lot of AI projects are also heavily invested in NVIDIA's ecosystem, which makes them easier to get running. Number 5. GeForce RTX 4070 Ti. We're in the midst of a transition between old and new generation GPU, and it leads to some tough decisions. The new RTX 4070 Ti opens a new tab, didn't wow us with extreme performance or value, but it's still 10–15% faster than the previous generation RTX 3080, opens a new tab, comes with the latest Ada Lovelace architecture and features, and only costs about 20% more than the cheapest 3080. A Paladin model, with many of the 3080 cards now priced higher than the 4070 Ti. It's not going to win anyone over to NVIDIA's way of thinking, where it charges the absolute maximum it feels it can get away with. This is basically half of an RTX 4090 for half the price. The previous generation 3070 Ti was more like 65% of the RTX 3090 at 40% of the price. How we miss the good old days. Except cryptocurrency mining totally messed up retail prices for the past 2 years, so today's not great prices are actually better than what we were dealing with in 2021 and 2022. Number 4. Radeon RX 6600. The Radeon RX 6600 opens a new tab, takes everything good about the above 6650 XT, and then scales it back slightly. It's about 15% slower overall, just a bit behind the RTX 3060 as well. In non-RT games, but in our testing it was still 30% faster than the RTX 3050. Prices have crept back up to $250 right now, though we saw it going for just over $200 for the past couple of months, so hopefully pricing comes back down. It's still going for a lot less than AMD official $329 MSRP, which felt somewhat high at launch. Not that we ever saw those prices in meaningful quantities until recent months, but with cards now shipping well below MSRP, this represents the second best overall bang for the buck, right behind the RX 6650 XT. If you're not interested in the new round of extreme, expensive GPU from AMD and NVIDIA and just want a decent mainstream solution, this is a great option. Number 3. Radeon RX 6650 XT. AMD mainstream GPU at present use the Navi 23 architecture. Normally, we'd expect a 32CU variant of Navi 22, dubbed the RX 6700 on XT, but AMD trimmed CU counts, memory interface width, and infinity cache sizes to get a smaller and less expensive chip that still performs well. Note that the Radeon RX 6700 opens a new tab now exists with 10 GB of VRAM, though it costs more and only delivers a minor bump in performance. The RX 6650 XT opens a new tab as a refresh and replacement for the existing RX 6600 XT opens a new tab, offering slightly more performance at basically the same price. The 6600 XT is officially end of life now, so prices have started to trend upward. Performance ends up slightly above the previous gen RX 5700 XT opens a new tab, which is impressive considering the memory bus has been cut in half to just 128 bits. There's understandable concern with the 8 GB of VRAM, however, and there are certainly cases where the RTX 3060 ends up as the better choice, especially if you factor in DLSS and DXR. Still, it's surprising how much even a 32 MB Infinity Cache boosts performance when you look at the memory bandwidth. This is basically a chip that's smaller than Navi 10, built on the same TSMC N7 node, and it delivers till to 15% better frame rates at 1000 ADEP. Number 2. Radeon RX 7900 XTX. The Red Team King is dead. Long live the Red Team King. AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX opens a new tab, has supplanted the previous generation RX 6950 XT, opens a new tab at the top of the charts, with a price bump to match, ostensibly priced at $999. It sold out almost immediately, and now we need to wait for supply to catch up to demand. That's mostly happening, with the cheapest cards marked up less than $100 these days, and frequent appearances of cards priced at $999 over the past month. Still, there's good reason for the demand, as the 7900 XTX comes packing AMD latest RDNA 3 architecture, opens a new tab that gives the 7900 XTX a lot more potential compute, and you get 33% more memory as well. Compared to the 6950 XT, on average the new GPU is 32% faster in our rasterization test suite and 42% faster in ray tracing games. And it delivers that performance boost without dramatically increasing power use or graphics card size. The second string RX 7900 XT falls behind by 15% as well. So saving $100 for the lesser 7900 doesn't make a lot of sense. Number 1. GeForce RTX 4090. For some, the best graphics card is the fastest card. Pricing be damned. NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 4090 opens a new tab caters to precisely this category of user. It's also the debut of NVIDIA's brand new Ada Lovelace architecture. Opens a new tab, and as such will represent the most potent card NVIDIA has to offer, at least until the inevitable RTX 4090 Ti opens a new tab shows up. If you were disappointed that the RTX 3090 Ti opens a new tab was only moderately faster, killed to 30% than an RTX 3080 in most workloads, RTX 4090 will have something more to offer. Across our standard suite of gaming benchmarks, it was 55% faster than the 3090 Ti on average. Fire up a game with heavy ray tracing effects, and that lead grows to 78%. AMD new RX 7900 XTX opens a new tab, can't touch it either, as the 4090 is 25% faster in traditional rasterization games and just over double the performance in ray tracing games, though it also costs about twice as much. Let's be clear about something. You really need a high refresh rate 4K monitor to get the most out of the RTX 4090. At 1404 type, its advantage over 3090 type shrinks to 30% and only 16% at 1008 type. It's also just 7% faster than AMD 6950 XT 1008 type Ultra and actually trails it slightly at 1008 type Medium, though it's still more than double the performance at 1008 type in demanding ray tracing games. So guys, that's all for top 7 best 1404 type GPU 2023. The links of all products are given in the description, which are updated for the best prices. Subscribe our channel for more videos. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care. Bye.